Well, ladies, it snowed. It's not a ton of snow, but it's enough that we gotta move it, and it's enough that I can hear the neighbor's snowmobile ripping around. So I should probably get the 6175 going with the HLA snow pusher and throw the snowblower on the back. I'm adding a little bit of air pressure to these front tires because that snow pusher seems really heavy. It's starting to get pretty dark out already. I waited this long to do this because, well, I had other things I wanted to do instead. First thing to do is get this icky normal bucket off. Deep back here. Now you see, guys, if you just roll the ends here for the attachment all the way forward, you can see where it connects much better. You can go back a few videos if you want to know what that's all about and see me being an idiot. Now we'll get the blower put on here, but first I gotta move some shims down here. So I think my problem here, if you remember back during harvest when we had the snow, this 3-point got stuck up, and I've done it again now because I keep forgetting about it. And I raise it and these shims rub, and I think I got to take those shims off, get a little space in there. Hey, quit it. Now that is the proper textbook way of doing that. You're supposed to just put that 3-point in float and shove on it with a skid steer. Yeah, I'm gonna need the other end. It's a 10mm metric socket. I've got it in there, but I can only get to the back side, so you can't get to the front. See, the back side is in here. You can't get a wrench inside there. I mean, that seems pretty standard for an engineer to design it that way. I'm gonna have to take the quick hitch off. Isn't that right, Anna? Even you look all bummed. So, I'm gonna yank the quick hitch off here so that I can spread these arms apart so that I can hopefully get in there. Oh, she's a bit heavy. I think that might work. Dropped it. I'm thinking I could just flip this. But I thought things before, and I've been wrong. So now I put the thin piece on. I always use a ratchet with a 1/2-inch impact. What'd I do? Just twisted some stuff. So let's hope that that's okay for now, and then we can take the tractor off in a few years, and I don't have to worry about the fact that I just twisted that Allen wrench off. Well, the second one is always a lot easier. There we go. Close, no cigar. Oh boy. Woo, she's heavy. Okay. Are you comfortable, Anna? No, you didn't have to get up. Big stretch. She is just at the snug point with it raised all the way up, which is fine with me. That's good. The two main things to watch for in a 3-point when you're making an adjustment like that is it doesn't bend anything and it goes back down. Those are my rules to live by. Flip you, right? Oh, I do. Doggone it. Picked up a new set of gear wrench pliers. Pretty shiny. I like them. Now, we gotta flip this over because the blower has 540 splines in that end, so we gotta make them all meshy and happy. Uh-oh, dropped it one-handed. Back in. There we go. That was too easy. Aw. Mom! Mom! I got grease on my camera again! It's okay, Didge. I didn't mean to scare you, but I won't pet you because I'm greasy. This should be, let's see, we're going to put that on number. Nobody likes to work with a dried up, itchy chain. So the back end should be pretty well ready to go. Now, I got to adjust these because they're not the same, and I want them set so that my blade here isn't digging into the gravel too deep. So I gotta drop these. I think we'll go with that. Time for the final test here. Pivot, spout, pivot. Spout pivot works. Flaily adjustment height device works. I don't see anything flying apart. That's a good thing. A little gravel in there. It's to be expected till we get some snowpack on it. Well, she seems to work pretty slick, but I'm not in a hurry and I don't feel like doing more tonight, so I'll be back out and finish tomorrow. Ready? Welcome to tomorrow, which has now become today. That was a really deep thought, Zach. Well, the first thing I'm going to do here is the important stuff. I'm going to try to push up a really nice loading dock for getting snowmobiles in the back of my truck. It's an important thing, you know. I'm gonna try that. I gotta get the sleds up to my buddy's shop, and we got a couple things that he's got to do to actually Onyx's sled and Dad's sled that I don't have the right tools for, so I'm gonna get him up there and see if he can figure them out. It's not supposed to get very warm, so we really don't have to have this all cleared until we're moving trucks next week. I mean, we don't want it to settle, but I don't really think it's going to, so I got time here. We'll get the sleds up there. That's always more important anyway.
Yeah, show up with my truck and it's just full of blotter acid in the back. It's just like reams of...
Well, that'll work. Look at that. Perfect. a little bit tighter, but we got it in. Now this sled I got loaded up is actually fine, other than it needs a bunch of nitrogen added to the shocks, and I don't have the stuff to do that. The shocks were rebuilt, but they're not stiff enough. They're way too soft, so we're just gonna shoot some nitrogen in them, and gosh, I didn't think that would work. I think that's gonna be just fine. And a few hours and one lunch later, and I'm back. I see the snow did not remove itself from the yard yet. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have no real passion for snow removal. I think it's time for a little snow moving montage. Well, I'm fairly confident that my GoPro is somewhere in one of these two piles right there. So I don't know if you guys are going to get a montage or not. At this point, I don't know that because I'm going to have to pay my children to dig through those piles. So if you get one, I hope you enjoyed the montage, and if not, well, you're SOL. Apparently, I gotta start being safer with my GoPros. I sure am liking this snow pusher. Once you get the finesse of this thing, I don't know that I'll ever go back to the blower behind me again. Do any of you ever just get sick of the job you're doing around the farm and decide, hey, you're not even gonna record it so that people can watch it on the internet later? Sometimes that happens to me. Well, that about does it, except for the two piles there that I'm gonna have my kids go through to see if they can find a GoPro. I barely even used the snowblower. Pretty much pushed everything. It gave me better potential for snowmobile jumps or sledding hills for the kids. I don't know why these cameras quit focusing. This one's even new and it still does it. I'm sorry guys, we got a new camera, a new Sony camera on my desk. I'll make the next video with that one, see what happens. Time for the important stuff now. Well, conditions aren't very good. We just don't have quite enough snow yet. This stuff's too fluffy. There's no base underneath it. This would make a decent base if it settles, but we need more snow. But anyway, I'm gonna unhook this trailer and go grab a cold one. Thanks for watching, guys. You know, I suppose I could have put a GoPro on my helmet for a little bit there, but I don't know where my GoPro's at right now.
Thank you.